Well, I'll tell you a view that I think is not OK, and that's the view of the Iranian ambassador to Australia. I'm wondering why he's still here. A month ago, he referred to the now-deceased leader of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, as a remarkable leader and as a martyr. This is a man who's responsible for car bombings, for hostage-taking, for bombings of embassies around the world. And yet the Iranian ambassador in this country describes him as heroic. Now, he was brought in by the Albanese government, given a dressing down, and then sent back to his plush offices in Canberra. But he hasn't learned his lesson. Over the weekend, he referred to Israel's strikes on Iran as a terrorist act. He said this on X: "The lawless Zionist enemy launched a terrorist attack on the sacred territory of the Islamic Republic of Iran in a clear violation of national sovereignty and international law." He went on to say, in defending Iran's security, 4 brave officers and soldiers of the Iranian army were martyred while countering the aggressor's attacks. These honoured martyrs are eternally remembered by the Iranian people. May their memory be cherished and their path followed. Now, back in August of this year, he referred to the Israeli state as a Zionist plague that needed to be wiped from the earth, which he described as a heavenly and divine promise. So clearly he's invoking religion to inspire people to wage war against the Jewish state until it is completely erased. And the Albanese government have seen fit to allow him to remain as the Iranian ambassador here in Canberra. I just don't know why he's not removed. Now, of course, he's just parroting what Iranians believe, but Penny Wong has said that if you support Hezbollah, you are a danger not just to social cohesion, but to the safety of people. So why is the ambassador who promotes a terrorist regime allowed to remain? His job is to speak on behalf of one government to the other, not to make public pronouncements which then get into the civil dialogue. We've got enough social problems at the moment without the Iranian ambassador sitting in Canberra firing missiles and stirring things up, Liz.
Much like I said when we were having a very similar conversation about the fact that he was mourning Hassan Nasrallah, I simply made the point of here we are taking umbrage with an Iranian being Iranian at such a time as this. I genuinely, it boggles me when we in the West, hear me out, we in the West don't seem to understand that those in the Middle East genuinely see us as the terrorists. And unfortunately, it's not baseless. If you look at what we've done to Syria, Libya, Iraq, Afghanistan, these guys see us as the terrorists, as Israel as the US's proxy state, which again, I mean, the US has given more foreign aid to Israel than any other country under the sun, over $310 billion. So they are speaking about us as they truly see us. And we knew this.
But they're wrong.
When we said...
But they're wrong.
No, hear me out. We knew this when we said, let's be buddies to the extent that we have an Australian ambassador in your country who recently got called in by their government because he expressed support for the LGBTIQ community, and you can't do that in Iran. What the heck was he thinking?
He should come back from Iran and walk for Fortescue.
Why not? But there you go. We are the ones who know exactly what the Iranian regime stand for. We have an ambassador here and we expect him to behave in what? A non-supportive way? You have an Iranian being Iranian. I remember it was a month ago we showed, it was on the Bolt report, this video of the Iranian parliament standing to its feet and literally chanting like this. But they hate America. Death to America. Death to America. And I was sat there thinking, am I the only Westerner with enough knowledge of the Middle East and our activities there, just within my lifetime, to be like, yeah, I would too. If you were Iranian... What? If you're Iranian...
There's plenty of Iranians who hate the Islamic regime. Australian Iranians are outraged at what the ambassador here is allowed to say because they can't stand the Islamic regime. So when you say that's how Iranians think, that's not how Iranians think. That's how...
Oh, yeah, 90 million Iranians back home.
Not Australian Iranians.
Hate their regime.